How's it going, traders? Welcome to this week's Forex Forecast. We're going to get right into the forecast right now, looking at the US dollar daily chart. So as you can see here, we reacted very nicely off of this daily area of demand right here and this trend line. So we're seeing a push up in the dollar right now, but remember, like I've been saying the past, multiple forecasts, we are reacting off of weekly supply above. So be very careful buying the dollar. In my opinion, we will not be out of the woods to the long side on the US dollar until we get a break of this 4-hour area of supply right here. So once we break out of this area right here on this supply zone, then I think it's safe to say the dollar could be, going and making 4-hour trends that are very clear. And if you guys want to track my zones and throughout the week, make sure to check out the Patreon or a YouTube membership. So keeping an eye on that 4-hour area of supply to see if this daily zone is going to work, and that is basically a 4-hour confirmation coming off of this daily area of demand. All right, looking at EURUSD, last week our target was hit at 1.135. So if you got in short and used that target, very nice. And now we are approaching this daily area of demand, and this is why I set my target for myself and you guys right before this daily area of demand, because we can easily see a move out of this daily zone right here. So if you are going to get in long from this zone, I would target 1.15 to the upside. If you are going to get in short, which I do not really recommend, I would target 1.12. But at the end of the day, you could easily be looking for 4-hour confirmation coming, or 1-hour confirmation coming off of this daily area of demand. So if you come over to, let's just use a 1-hour chart for this example here. There's not too much to it. If we see something like this take place where we get a nice push up, something like that, and there's a nice 1-hour zone right here, you will get that zone if you're a YouTube or Patreon member, or if you see the zone on yourself, you could get involved in a 1-hour area like that. That would be 1-hour confirmation coming off of that daily area of demand. It all depends on your bias on the euro. But ultimately, we are in a daily area of demand, and this trend line was broken right around here. Actually, it's not fully broken, but you could basically say it's broken. So we could easily see a move up from this area. It does not mean that the area will hold and, something like this will take place and we'll go to all-time highs. We could just see that, tiny reaction like this and to the downside. So if you are on a lower time frame, like a 1-hour chart or 15-minute or something like that, I would certainly look to take profits a little bit early, especially considering this daily area of demand is not a fantastic looking zone. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it doesn't really matter too much, but it is a little makes me a little nervous. So definitely trade cautiously on EURUSD. All right, looking at gold, XAUUSD. The past week, our target was hit to the long side at 1830. And we now have a daily uptrend. We have a beautiful daily uptrend right here on gold. It is looking very strong. We are breaking out very fast. That happened on Friday, obviously. But we are breaking out right into this daily area of supply. So we could easily see a push down like this, and then a push up, a little bit of a pause, and basing, and then a nice push up. But until then, I don't really recommend buying gold up here. You could easily be day trading the 4-hour, 1-hour, 15-minute sequence. And if you are going to get in long on gold, I would target 1892. If you're going to try to short this daily area of supply by using my zones for confirmation or something like that, you could target 1840, because we will possibly have a daily area of demand right here. So targets to the short side should be taken at 1840 and no lower than that. I cannot stress that enough. Hopefully what we can get is the removal of this high right here on gold, so that we can have an even better qualified daily uptrend, because I am bullish on gold. And what I'm personally going to be doing this week is I'm going to be ignoring that daily area of supply. I know sounds a little crazy, I get it, but I'm going to be looking for longs, trading this beautiful 4-hour trend. So right now you could be trading 15-minute set and forget trades, or even 5-minute set and forget trades. And there actually was almost one right here that almost got filled, but doesn't look like you would have got filled on that one, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, gold is looking very strong, and I would continue to be buying pullbacks. Like I said, be very cautious of the daily area of supply that is in play right now. I do think it will break, but like I said before, it does not mean we will not see some sort of small move down like this, basing, and then a nice push up. But at the end of the day, I'll be continuing to look for longs on gold to the upside, especially after a very strong breakout like that. But I'm not just going to be buying the top. I'm going to be waiting for appropriate set and forget pullbacks. And if you don't know what set and forget trading is, check out the tips playlist. Links in the description. I have a whole video on set and forget trading. If you have any questions about that, please leave them in the comments down below in this video, and I will get back to you guaranteed. All right, looking at USDJPY, the Japanese yen, we failed to break this high right here on looking at a daily chart, and we are sitting inside of daily supply right now. Ultimately, I do think we will be pushing to the upside, especially if the US dollar continues its strength. But if you are going to get in short, I would target 114.5 maybe is a little bit safer. To the long side, I would target probably just above the high at 116.5. But clearly we tried to break out and we failed right away. So your indications that price is going to be going higher are probably going to be on the lower time frames. If you come to a 4-hour chart right here, very, very manipulated market right here where we had this huge wick down like this. But it looks to me like we could start to see price continue to push up. And when we make this high, when we break this high again, we'll have a cleaner 4-hour uptrend. Then we can be taking set and forget trades on a lower time frame. If you really, really want to, you could be looking for 15-minute confirmation off of this 4-hour area of demand, even though, yes, I know it was wicked through. But at the end of the day, I still think it is completely fine to be doing that. Not really recommend shorting USD right now. Like I said, I would just wait for some of these trends to continue and then look to trade to the long side. Not really a lot of zones for confirmation right now, so might just have to be patient on this pair and wait for those trends to continue to the upside. All right, GBPUSD, the British pound. We are inside daily demand or daily supply right now. We are reacting off of it, as you can see right here. But if you look, it's very, very tested. So I would be very cautious shorting this area right now, and going long might not be the best thing to do either. If you do plan on trading the pound, it would have to be on lower time frames. If you are going to get in long, I would target 1.37. To the short side, I would target 1.33. But like I said earlier, if you are planning on trading this, there's no trend on the daily chart, so you'd have to you'd have to go to a lower time frame, like trade a 4-hour trend or even the 1-hour. And here's a trade that a member, YouTube Patreon member Jeff he ended up taking this trade, and what he did is, I don't know which 1-hour zone exactly, but I'm sharing the screenshot now. He used one of my 1-hour zones, for example, like this, to take a 1-minute confirmation trade in, and I believe he said he made 9-1 on this trade. So very, very nice, Jeff. It's a little bit of a trend I'm doing, showing off YouTube and Patreon member trades off of my zones. So like I said, and what Jeff did, I think he identified that the trend was not great on the higher time frames, or he just day trades the lower time frames anyways, and he took a nice 1-minute confirmation trade. So if you want to, try to do what Jeff's doing here, definitely check out the Patreon. You can use my zones for confirmation trading or YouTube membership. It's all the same thing. Links are in the description. It's only $5 cap per month. Hope to see all of you guys there. But on the pound, not much to do here. You can also just look for 5-minute confirmation coming off of this 1-hour area of demand. So like I said, links are in the description for the Patreon YouTube membership. I would be happy for everybody to join the team and get the benefits of my zones. USDCAD. If you are going to get in long on USDCAD, not really recommending that right now due to the supply being above, but you could target 1.295. To the short side, there's not a lot of profit margin. I would target 1.265 right here. So as you can see in the daily chart, there's no trend. We are in the middle of demand and supply. Daily demand's right here, supplies up here. So not really a lot of trading decisions based on this time frame. So entries are going to have to come on the lower time frames. 4-hour chart, we're just going sideways. If you see here, we've just been kind of going sideways for a while. So there's not there's not much to go off of here. What I would wait for is either wait for price to break out to the highs and show you that price is going up, or wait for price to break out to the lows. There's absolutely no point in guessing where we're going to go. I guess you could, buy low, sell high in here. I'm not a huge fan of doing that. I'd rather let the banks show which way they're willing to take this. So not really a lot of great trading decisions on USDCAD to be made right now. And if you guys have been following my channel for a while, I need to be as honest as possible. I'm not just going to say, oh, look for confirmation in here, you know, whatever. But technically, there's a nice little 1 hour zone here. You can look for a little 5 minute, 1 minute confirmation trade coming off of that 1 hour zone. But like I said, I would monitor this 4 hour range that we're in and wait for that to break out to the upside or to the downside to show you the overall direction of price on the lower time frames, and then I would continue to trade with that direction once it is shown to you on the chart. All right, Aussie dollar. If you are going to get in short off of this daily supply on the Aussie dollar, it's a pretty large target, but you could target 0.695. I think that would be fine. Or if you want to be a little more conservative, you could target 0.70. If you are going to get in long, I wouldn't look to try to ride price through this daily supply. I would target 0.72. But if you look at this daily chart here, last week I said you could look for confirmation in this daily supply, but then price pushed up and reacted off of this daily supply zone that I've had since mid-January. So right now, daily supply is in control, and it all depends on your view on the dollar. What I like to do in this situation is I just like to look at the 4 hour chart. We had a nice uptrend on the 4 hour. Demand zones were holding right here. But if you look here, we had a demand zone right here that I track for the YouTube members, and it broke. And so now we're kind of going a little bit of sideways price action here. So once this high gets removed, then I'll be set and forget trading to the long side. That is all I'm waiting for on USD Japanese yen. And that is so that I can enter trades on a 15-minute chart. Sorry, I said USD Japanese yen. I meant Aussie US dollar. That's my bad. But there's just not a lot of things to do on here. Since daily supply is in control, we have this 1 hour supply that's technically a confirmation off of the daily supply. So you could look for a 5-minute day trade to the short side in here, but I would probably look to take profits a little bit earlier. Maybe look for a 1-to-1, 2-to-1. I wouldn't really go higher than that. So definitely a little bit of a decent area to look for a 5-minute confirmation coming off of that 1 hour area of supply. All right, on to USD Swiss franc, USDCHF. The past week, we did not really do too much at all. We are still in the middle of supply and demand. So no trading decisions should be made based on this chart since we're in the middle. If you are going to get in long, I would still have the same target as last week at 0.93. To the short side, I would target 0.91. You shouldn't really be trading this pair right now, in my opinion. There's just not a lot of evidence to support. If you look at this chart, where's price going? I guess you could make the argument that maybe we're making higher highs, but we failed to make a new high just yet. So I would just wait for a 4 hour trend to show, or something like that, to the downside, and then I would trade with that trend. Just a very, very ugly looking chart right now. Not a fan of USD Swiss, so I'm really not going to go over it at all. And that's a big part of trading. If you've been following me for a while, I always recommend trade with the trend, and if it's sideways and there's no clear direction, just stay away. There's nothing wrong with not winning, not profiting, and not losing either. So definitely be very, very cautious if you are trading USD Swiss. There's absolutely nothing I can recommend on this chart right now, unless it's wait for trends to continue on the 4 hour or the 1 hour chart. All right, oil, last but not least. If you are going to get in long on oil, which I kind of recommend, I would target just before $100 a barrel. I think that's where we're going. And to the short side, our target was hit last week, but you could target easily 90 again. If you look, we talked about this daily demand zone last week, I believe. Go back and watch the video, but I'm pretty sure I talked about how you could look for trades off of this daily area of demand, and it worked absolutely perfectly. There would have been absolutely no drawdown in that trade. So if you got involved long on oil, very, very nice. So in my opinion, all signs are pointing to the upside on oil. What I'm waiting for is for 15-minute set and forget trades to the long side. You can also do it on 5-minute chart. You can do it on a 1 hour chart. So if you come to a 1 hour chart here, if we get another, this basing here is a little weak, but if we get something like this where we go up, nice clean basing and a push up, this 1 hour area of demand will be very, very nice to get involved in. There's not really much to say on oil other than it's longs, 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 and I've been saying that for so long on my channel, so hopefully you guys have been paying attention a little bit. But oil is just looking, it's on a tear lately, and it's looking very, very strong, so I would absolutely not be shorting oil. I would just continue, wait for quality demand zones to be created on a 4-hour, 1 hour, 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, all those charts. Get involved in them. I think it's definitely pretty safe to assume that oil is going to be going much higher. So not much to say, but I don't really see a lot of possibilities for trades right now. Like I said, gonna have to see some sideways basing that's clean, nice push up, giving us a new demand zone. We can get involved at that point. Hopefully you guys found this weekly Forex forecast helpful. If you did, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like and check out the Patreon or YouTube membership if you need help finding your supply and demand zones. It's only $5 CAD per month. Hope to see you guys there and hope to see you in the next video.